Yes, I was in Brussels when Prime Minister Abe and came to Brussels and came to NATO for the first time as a Japanese Prime Minister, and he addressed to the NAC, North Atlantic Council, and it was a very an important turning point for NATO-Japan cooperation. You're quite right that now the security situation surrounding Japan has deteriorated a lot. So I think you can argue that Japan is less interested in Europe. That might be true, but at the same time, we can argue differently because of the more difficult security situation that Japan is located. Now we need to talk more to countries outside the region, because it may be becoming more important to involve other partners, other countries, in dealing with the issues in the Asia-Pacific region. But at the same time, the one thing that I have to add here is that some people argue that Japan's overture to NATO, or Japan's interest in cooperation with Europe or NATO, is very much about China. Some people argue that way. And when Prime Minister Abe, for the second time, visited NATO back in May this year, there were various press reports that because of China, now Japan is more interested in NATO, that sort of argument. And it is not, it's nonsense to deny that sort of argument 100%. Of course, there are some sort of China factor in Europe-Japan and NATO-Japan relations, that's for sure. But at the same time, what is important is that Europe-Japan relations is not 100% about China. That's also the case. And so of course, Japan doesn't really expect Europe to play a direct, substantial military role in Asia if something wrong happens. But still, given the fact that Europe still keeps various political influence, and also the UK and France are two members of the permanent members of the UN Security Council. So whenever and wherever the military conflict or happen in Asia, then the permanent UN Security Council permanent members matter, and so in that sense, they're talking to Europeans, and they're trying to share perceptions about security and political issues in Asia. Still is quite important.